All right, so now we're going to talk about shows that just wrapped this season. We had Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wrap and Arrow, which we're all definitely digging. But let's start with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Go ahead, go on table. What do we guys?
Director
I
Coulson.
thought it was okay.
Director Coulson.
No? I mean, like for a series, for our first season as a whole,
Yeah.
I think it's solid.
Yeah.
I think it's as solid as solid as Arrow's first season.
That woke
Okay.
Isaac was like, I love that word.
Solid.
I'd say it's as solid as Arrow.
Because when you think of how long it took most people to warm up to Arrow,
Long time.
No, there was a lot of episodes of Arrow that I was like, whoa, this shit's crazy. And then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I was like, that was a good episode.
Still watched every episode.
No, it was.
And it kept getting better.
it progressed to a better show.
And now it's
Arrow,
really
like
good
every
show.
other
I'm excited.
episode, or almost every episode was good.
Let's save comparisons for later. What did you like most about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I liked that they stuck to their guns, and initially they didn't just do what everybody wanted them to do and just throw names out there and throw characters on the show, because that's what everybody wanted. But they were like, no, that's not what.
That's what Arrow does.
We're not comparing right now.
No, I'm fine.
That was a serious comment.
It was.
But no, they built a world and they built these characters and they said these are the characters that we want you to pay attention to, and then they made those characters integral to the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
And I think in the long run that's going to help, because it's going to, we might start seeing Agent Ward be a badass in freaking the comic books.
Yeah, by the end, we started caring about characters that we hated, like Ward and Scott.
Yeah, I hated
And
the entire cast
basically-
in the beginning of the show.
Except for Coulson.
Every
I knew
episode-
Coulson going into it, but I didn't know
Nobody
Ward.
can
I didn't
Coulson.
know. I hated Ben's character.
I hated
Fitz
Ward.
and Simmons are alright.
Fitz and Simmons were cool.
I
They
hated
even
them.
get better.
I hated them.
They even get better as
There
it
were
goes
such
on.
cliches that I was like, I don't like you. But like I said, you get to know them and you start to care.
And then every
I still hate
episode,
them.
every episode after Winter Soldier was basically
oh,
a
that's what I
sequel.
wanted to get to, because they stuck to their guns and they said we're gonna be a part of the Marvel universe, and they used it so like you didn't expect them to go. Okay,
Yeah,
this
there was
movie's gonna affect
after
this.
Winter Soldier, there was shit like left and right, like
the Dark World, the Dark World cameo. That was okay, but once Captain America happened, that dealt directly with Shield, and then they introduced Kree Blood, and now we have Guardians coming out. So season 2, what the fuck are we gonna get? That's crazy. Now you think of how each movie coming out is going to affect the show, not as how the show is going to affect the movie universe.
And we got
that just blew my
And I think they're
mind.
definitely hinting at Inhumans.
Yeah, and
I think that,
We
and
lost what's called S.H.I.E.L.D. and Captain America, and then at the end of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 1, Nick Fury says, "Here, you're in charge of rebuilding S.H.I.E.L.D."
yeah,
To
so,
Coulson.
Yeah.
so we lost Shield and we gained the initiative.
Yeah,
We gained the
Whatever.
superhero initiative.
so it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, and then we got
I'm
the
excited.
Daredevil and the Netflix shows coming up, and
And
Thomas Stack's
Netflix
on there.
Daredevil's cast, Charlie Cox.
yes,
Oh,
Here's a
Daredevil.
picture of him.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, you remember him from Boardwalk.
He was
Boardwalk
in
Empire.
Stardust.
and Boardwalk Empire.
Really
I really
good.
like
Really
that.
good.
But yeah,
actor.
Agent Coulson already said that he wants to be in Iron Fist and
Fist,
Daredevil.
That he grew up and he was a huge
Yeah.
Iron Fist
Huge
fan.
Iron Fist fan,
And
yeah.
I'm like, wow, you're
He
like
grew
me.
up and he
Now,
learned
when
how
you
to
say
make money.
Agent I want to Coulson, do all of these. do you mean Agent Coulson or Clark Gregg?
No, I mean Director Coulson actually.
Clark Gregg wants to be.
He wants to be in these shows. But I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. definitely grew as a show.
Isaac liked it from the beginning.
I did.
Isaac told me how much I should be liking it.
Clark Gregg.
Why don't you like this?
Yeah, he was like, it's better than Arrow. I was like, well, it depends on the episode. He's like, no, it's better than Arrow.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you how it is. And but no, it got really
Saying,
good.
I
By
don't
the time
see you. I don't see
episode
you.
Tahiti came out, it was really good.
Yeah, no.
It's a very different approach from Arrow. It's not a superhero show. It's a show that takes place in a world with superheroes.
Yeah.
But
Procedural.
each of the characters that even at the beginning you didn't like them,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
all
everybody
awesome
grew.
characters.
Yeah.
Now I don't think there's
None
one
of them
character.
awesome, but they
there's
grew.
there's not one character on the show right now that I don't like.
Yeah.
And
They
it's just-
gave Sky. They forced her character to be interesting.
Yeah.
They did.
You know what?
And Ward.
You know what Agents of
I
S.H.I.E.L.D.
same
has
thing.
in common though with Arrow? There's not many characters left on Arrow that you don't like because most of them are dead.
They're either
No,
dead or
there's still
gone.
some. Well, we'll discuss that later. But there's still some
Laurel's
there.
still alive somehow.
But
Relax.
to the ending of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we saw Coulson fighting with alongside Nick Fury, Thug Fury.
Whooping all types of ass.
Yeah, he used the destroyer gun once again.
And that was a cool callback.
Wasn't it? Right? And
That was cool.
Do you remember when he had the
Hello,
Infinity
Bill
Gauntlet
Paxton.
in that one scene?
That was just crazy. So many gems already. Coulson had them all.
Like 7 gems. I thought there were 6.
We're misleading our audience right now.
Didn't he pull out the ultimate nullifier at one point? Just like, man, you don't even have the rights to that.
You know, people are gonna be watching this that haven't seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and was
in
like,
the negative zone.
I gotta get on that right now. We need to go
They're
in.
gonna be like, wait, but what's gonna happen in Avengers?
So
Nothing.
yeah, look at that. We just laughed.
But yeah,
ourselves into a
basically,
dead spot.
His name is Oliver Queen. And because he's got to be nice now because his friend died, he can't kill anybody.
Yep.
Screw that.
But before we get to Arrow,
Let's not jump into Arrow.
Okay.
I
So
stopped.
we're-
I stopped
we're-
watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. at the 4th episode. Is
Right.
it worth catching up
Yes,
with?
yes.
And-
Yeah.
I would actually say you don't even have to.
Don't
like,
listen to
watch
Tony.
each
I
episode.
usually don't listen to
Start
Tony.
with Tahiti. I'm
Yeah.
not sure which episode that is.
8. 8, 9, 12?
We can find out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
episode 12.
I only watched the
Tony's
first
gonna
and the
put
last
that-
episode.
Tony's gonna put that up on the screen.
Killers and
If you see the pilot and then watch Tahiti.
Is that the one with Sif?
No.
No,
Actually,
that's-
don't
Sif
even
is
watch the
after
pilot.
Tahiti.
The pilot does nothing.
But the pilot sets it up. I would watch the pilot just to
I watched the pilot. It explains what they do. The
Yeah,
mission statement.
Sif is at
Yeah, no.
Tahiti.
And it introduces the
Sif,
characters who are
and then it
important
starts
later.
Into Winter Soldier. And
Alright.
then
People have told me to start watching after Winter Soldier or.
But the
Just
kind of
when
person that
shit
you are,
sells out.
the kind of person that you are, and the way that you like when you want to read a comic book, you want to put the puzzles together yourself. So it kind of sucks when you
Yeah, I kind of think I'm just going to start with episode
do
5.
it. Yeah, just do it. I did the same thing. I powered through it. I just chugged, and on one day I
there's not
knocked
that
out
much
16
to
episodes.
gain, I don't think,
How'd you do
between
that?
5
Like,
and
with
whatever.
being so busy with a job and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you find the time?
My
to
copious
power
spares
through
my
it?
time.
Tough
Boss
shows.
let you watch TV.
Sometimes she does.
I barely made it here.
I mean, when she lets me out of the bed, then
Jared's a sex slave.
In the blackest of sense.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, so Jesus Christ.
Do I really have to like edit this shit out of this?
No, you let it rock.
They let the people need to know
They
who
need
we are.
this future.
This is what happens when I'm here.
There are 8 administrators here.
Are we supposed to be setting an example or something?
This is how we want people acting.
This is how we want people talking on the forum.
Yeah. Step your game up.
Yeah.
it was all we could talk raw.
Arrow.
Oh, yeah,
So,
Well, no, now we're gonna have to do Arrow in a totally different bit because
Yeah.
we just went
Maybe
8
ways
minutes.
and
We
means.
almost went 8 minutes with this.
All right, so that's what we thought about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you fell off in the beginning, you definitely want to jump back on, especially if you enjoyed Winter Soldier, because it does have huge implications on the show.
And please,
And if you didn't
Please
jump
watch
on,
the show.
jump on.
Yeah.
And if you said, to the show, I'm just going to watch it.
Hey Herb.
please watch the show just so that way they can keep watching.
Agents
it,
of
that way they
Agents
can
of
be
S.H.I.E.L.D.
happy
or
and
this
I don't
show?
have to hear
Agents
this
of
sad.
Asians.
That's a whole other show.
Agents of
Melinda May. Agents of
Chun-Li.
What are we talking about? And now we have.
Alright, so we'll be back with Arrow.
Yeah, we'll be back with it.
Arrow.